What's up, guys? It's floor installation day.
What's up, guys? This was a last minute decision video, so I do apologize for not showing the beginning of the installation. I was only filming to show the updates of our new house as I progressed through each project. And although I started a few rows before showing the installation, I still offer great insight and detail when installing Mohawk's PerfectSeal. This video was filmed about 3 months ago, and after numerous people walking on the floor continuously and a few blunders, I must say I am extremely impressed at how durable and nearly scratch resistant these floors are.
Okay, guys, I want to show how to install these. These are the PerfectSeal by Mohawk. These are waterproof laminate tile. They click and lock in place, and they're really fairly easy to install, even if you're a beginner or never done laminate before. This floor is pretty easy to install. Just gotta take your time with it and get your cuts. But I'm gonna show you guys what I'm using. I bought a little small floor kit, even though I probably had one. But it comes with the pull bar, some spaces I don't need those, and the tapping block. I'm not using that. I've used this since I've started with this project, and it's still going strong. I'll show you guys how to install and make sure there's no debris, nothing in the way. Otherwise, they're gonna lock in place. But even with this gas line, I'm gonna use a spader bit or a hole saw. Probably use my hole saw. I don't know if I got a big enough spade bit here. Let's see. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. These are spade bits. I need a huge one to cut the hole for the size of that. So I'll probably just use a hole saw and get that hole cut perfectly. But I'll show you guys how to snap them in place real quick. So this is my piece I'll be using to go up against here and drill a hole in. But I'm gonna show you guys how they go in place, like really easy. Kind of got a tilt on them. I'll pull this in place and pop it up. I push down on it, and you'll hear them click. It'll snap in place. There it is. So with another piece, I'll show you guys. Okay, so I'm measuring to cut this hole, but my problem is this is kind of wide. I want to remove this. I'll shut the gas off downstairs and remove this, so I can just worry about the diameter of this gas line, not worrying about trying to fit the plank around this large piece and making a hole super big. So I may just remove this, but to get started, I measured from the tip of the plank to the tip of that so it was about 7 1/4, and in the front of 8 1/4. So I gave myself an inch there, and so I marked the 7 1/4 and 8 1/4, which is those two marks, and then I measured over from here to here. So it begins at the 1 1/2 mark, and I did that on both sides. I made my 2 marks there, 1 1/2, and stopped around the 2 1/2 mark. So there go my 4 dots. So the diameter of my circle will be that for the hole saw I'm gonna use, and I'll show you guys that in a second. But I'm gonna take this off so this can fit it right in. I'll seal it back. But if you guys have a gas line to put plank around, or any obstruction, well, a gas line in particular, you want to be sure that gas is cut off and the proper sealing to seal this valve back on. So let me get that hole cut. I'll show you guys what I'm using for. When I'll use for that, I'll get a pipe wrench and remove this. But let me make sure the gas is off. Okay, guys, this is the little cheap set from Menards, $9. A lot of different sizes. Go way up to, I think it's 6 inches in diameter, but it goes all the way down to 1/2 inch, and it's like $9.89. So tool shop cheap. This would be perfect for what we need. We're just looking for something for this diameter. And I'll hook it on and I'll use my drill. Be back. Okay, took the valve off and resealed it back, and I dropped the plank on there. Use this Blue Monster pipes thread sealing. This stuff is incredible. I've been using it since it's been out, and I recommend just having some of this stuff. It's for some of everything. But yeah, sealed, dropped in place. Got a little room to click it in, click it down. Let's make sure we're in place. I wanted that. You look good. There it is. There it is. Nice and neat. Okay, I'll show you guys how to install one next to it. And that should be as far as me getting these cuts. I use my miter saw. I don't have my jigsaw here, so I use my miter saw and got these cuts for the vents. So I'll show you guys how to install one of these planks adjacent to the one we just put down. Okay guys, I'm gonna show you how these planks or this flooring adjacent to one another and lock it in place. Make sure you're free of debris. There's no debris inside of the where it locks at. I grab it, push it. I'm pushing it as I lay it down to keep it locked here. So you can see how I get as far in as possible, so to make for easy nailing. Same little piece I've been using since I started. Started about 4 or 5 inches from the top. Tap in, 2 down, middle. There it is. You push it down and lock it in place. Yeah, fairly easy for even the novice or the person, the beginner who hasn't never done flooring before. This is these PerfectSeal laminate flooring are easy to install. You can see I'm pretty much got a wide area done. Got a little bit more ways to go, but I'll be back shortly to show you guys me finishing up. And stay tuned. Oh, I want to also note to keep my tiles with a staggered or somewhat staggered look. Whenever I cut a piece off at the end down here, a short piece or however long it is, like that piece there, or even a short piece I'll get here, I take it the extra part that I cut off and I start at the beginning down here and I keep going. So to kind of give it a staggered look as opposed to just messing a lot of laminate up like I used to do in the past. I used to want the joints so perfectly staggered. I run through a bunch of tiles, which is stupid. But it'll still have a great look when I'm done. So just want to note that.
Guys, the underlayment I'm using for this floor is a product made by Duo Foam. It's inexpensive and it's great for wood and laminate flooring.
Okay guys, I want to share a quick tip with you guys. If you're doing this floor or replacing this floor, as you can see, I did a continuous layout with the entire floor, even though there was an island in the middle of the floor and electricity running on both sides of the island. You can see the cutouts for it here and there. So what I did, I didn't want to cut the planks or drill the holes through the planks and try to line them up with the holes in the ground. Due to me having access to the basement where the electricity runs through, I decided to lay the floor out in one single layout and then make my holes last, and I'll show you guys how I did that. First, I'm going to need drill with a small bit. I'm just going to use a really small bit on it, and let's show you guys where the electrical runs through in a minute. Okay, here's the electrical cable for one side. That was the hole. So I'm going to drill up through there with a small drill bit. There's the other electrical, and the other hole is right there. So I'm going to drill 2 small holes with the small bit, and I'll show you how I make the hole bigger. Center it. Okay, there's the first hole. Second hole. Okay, let's show how we're gonna make. So there's a few things, or quite a few things you can use. You can use a really big drill bit. I wouldn't recommend that. You can use a spade bit. There's also a step bit you can use. I wouldn't recommend that. But I'm gonna use the spade bit, or you can use a whole saw set like this, which when there's various sizes, you can use to make various holes, various size hoses for your application. But I'm gonna use this spade bit. I'm gonna drill right down in that hole. Look at that cut. Precision. Okay. And let's get this one now.
Guys, thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, subscribe to the channel, guys. Like, share, and comment. Let me know what you guys think. And hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified when I upload new content or the latest content. Guys, I've done tutorials on every single thing in this house. All the appliances, the Samsung fridge, Samsung microwave, the Samsung dishwasher, the Samsung stove. I filmed detailed video from start to finish on how to install each one of those appliances in the house. I have at least 40 tutorials of both houses that I'm working on currently by myself. And I'm finished with this house in the video, and I'm on to our old house, and I'm just about done with it. So I've made tutorials for everything I've done in both projects, and I'll be uploading constantly, non-stop, within the next few weeks. So subscribe to the channel, guys, so you guys can see all the cool footage I've filmed and all the awesome things that I'll be uploading. And I'm about to upload a video on my pole barn. It's finally built now, and it's 24 by 45. It's a really nice building. It turned out great. They just dropped the cement in it, and I'll show you guys I'll show you guys when they started on it, as far as prepping it, and the stages of it being built. So subscribe to the channel, guys. Terrence and I'm out.